The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The New York Jets' best players can't stop throwing shade at Robert Saleh and the previous coaching staff. The latest from Jets camp, that and much more is what we're talking about on today's Jake Asman Show. Nick Shine will join us. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, AG's first training camp with the New York Jets is underway.
We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super Chats, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go here on a Wednesday. It is a day off for the Jets after 2 days with the pads on. Practice resumes tomorrow. And then on Saturday, the Jets have a green and white scrimmage in the morning. Afterwards, join me, Chef Kevin, and a bunch of great Asmaniacs at the Cloverleaf Tavern in Caldwell, New Jersey. Spots are still available. New start time. Since the Jets under Glenn have practice at 8:30, we're going to move our event up to 12:30. If you get there before 12:30, that's okay. But practice in the morning and then come join us at the Cloverleaf Tavern. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have signed Jets merch that we'll raffle away. Free food, free drinks, free Jets swag. It's going to be a blast. Shout out to Chef Kevin and everyone at Cloverleaf for making it happen. Click the link in the description and lock in your spot, and we will see you at the Cloverleaf Tavern this Saturday at 12:30. With that said, before we bring on our guest, Nick Shine, let's do a training camp reset on the Jets' day off. It feels like everything is going as well as any of us could have hoped it would go with a first-year coach and first-year general manager so far. The biggest thing is that the Jets to this point have avoided that catastrophic training camp injury. The Dolphins just lost their starting corner for the year, for example. Obviously, we all were very nervous 6 days ago when Justin Fields went down and we were fearing for the worst. But if you look at where the Jets are right now, you have to feel good about the early returns, about some of the rookies, about some of the players we're expecting to take a bigger leap with another year and better coaching, a la Will McDonald, for example. I think you have to feel really encouraged by how the offensive line has looked, specifically how they have looked in the running game, because that is going to be a major point of emphasis for this team. And I think just big picture, you have to like the plan that seemingly is in place from Aaron Glenn and how that message is being relayed to the guys on his team. You have to love all these things so far. Are there some things that could concern you? Sure. The depth on this team in some spots is certainly questionable. Who's going to emerge next to Quinnen Williams? But one of our big questions was safety, and Malachi Moore, since the pads have been on, has been playing really well, where many think he actually could start next to another guy the Jets signed for that safety room, and Andre Sisco. So that's been an overwhelming positive so far. And then yesterday, the Jets, I believe, made a really smart move by bringing back Nick Folk and allowing him to compete for the starting job. It seems like McNamara is going to be the punter. He won that competition because they already waived the other rookie punter, Kai Kroger. But bringing in Nick Folk, to me, you have nothing to lose. This is a guy that last year was really, really good, and the year before that was really, really good. Nick Folk had an injury this offseason, which was why he was unsigned. But once his agent sent videos to all 32 teams across the league of Nick Folk working out and hitting kicks from 50 yards, the Jets wisely brought him in, had him work out. He obviously did well in the workout, and they signed him. You don't just hand him the starting job because at age 40, you do never know when a kicker's going to lose it. See Greg Zuerlein last year. But ultimately, by bringing Nick Folk in Now it's a true competition between Falk and the thicker kicker, Harrison Mevis. And if Mevis wins the job, then so be it. But at least you really challenged him with a guy in Nick Falk who has ice in his veins, as every Jet fan knows. Last time the New York Jets were in the playoffs, Nick Falk was the kicker. Last time the Jets were in the playoffs, they had a guy with the last name Taylor on their team. It just so happens to be his son is now on the 2025 Jets, Mason Taylor. But Nick Falk's so old that he was teammates with Jason. Pretty neat. That all being said, I think so far there are a ton of positive signs from Jets training camp. Before we bring on our guest, the great Nick Shine, a reminder to everyone out there that this show is available in audio form. So just search Jake Asman Show wherever you get your podcast, Apple or Spotify, and you will find the full replay of the live YouTube show each and every day. And quick PSA, July is almost up. So if you want your name added to our intro, join the Patreon. And when you sign up for the year, you earn 10 raffle tickets. With that said, let's say hello right now to the host of the Nick Shine Show. Nick Shine joins us now. Nick, happy hump day, happy Wednesday. And we got a lot of Jets news to break down, my friend. How are you?
I like it, man. How you doing?
Living the dream. Now, I want to get right into the shade that is being thrown at Robert Saleh and the previous coaching staff. So let's go kind of in order here, because yesterday we had two more notable Jet stars, Garrett Wilson and Quinnen Williams, make comments that I thought were incredibly damning to Saleh and the previous staff. But we'll start really from the beginning. This was Elijah Vera Tucker last week talking about Aaron Glenn and using the word accountability when doing so.
Kind of backing on what Sauce and Garrett said, I can see this thing turning around for sure, especially with Glenn, the type of coach he is. He praises physicality, but even more like accountability. I think that's very important for a head coach to do. It's something I haven't seen as much of in my career.
So you had that from AVT talking about accountability. Now you have this from Breece Hall talking about Aaron Glenn.
Practicing in the morning we like that a lot more than practicing at 11, 12, and it's 90 degrees already, so that's a lot nicer. But I just like the way practice, just the whole operation throughout the day is run. Coach Glenn has done a great job of not only being the players' coach, but making sure that we get the right amount of work in too. So it's been cool to see how he goes about his business and the standard he set for everybody. So for me, it just makes me want to come in every day. And do my 111th every time I'm out on the field.
Breece also said, quote, in the past, there's been a lot of instability around the whole operation. I feel like this year, everybody is bought into this coaching staff. Everybody is bought into our GM. Everybody is bought into our owner. It feels a lot better coming in here every day. Now, we fast forward. Nick Shine, by the way, dealing with a mic issue, so we'll bring him back in a moment. But now we fast forward to some comments that were made yesterday. And this was Garrett Wilson on the biggest difference between Aaron Glenn and what he's experienced in the NFL. I included the question in here as well so everyone can get the full context.
Through camp, what have you seen that's maybe a little different than what you've experienced, your first few years in the league?
Just the competitiveness. The not just talking about being competitive, no, you got to train that way. It's got to feel like that at practice. It's got to feel like if you lose, it sucks at practice. It can't just be, we'll turn it on when the game comes, right? And I think that's the main thing that I see that's different. Just the way we're practicing, the intensity, the stakes. It feels like there's stakes, depending on which period it is. The stakes feel higher based on whether it's a competition red zone or a 2-minute. It feels like you won the drill when you won the drill, right? And it feels like you lost when you lost. And to me, that's how I like it. It's practice, yes, but there's also an opportunity to practice winning and get that feeling and what it takes to just do it, right, on a consistent basis. And I think it starts out here. So that's something that I love to be a part of. And throughout these first couple months, I've seen it, for sure with the way he's hammering home stuff in meetings.
What did Robert Saleh do? My goodness, Nick. And now, finally, here's Quinnen Williams in an interview he did yesterday on the Kay Adams show through FanDuel TV, talking about the biggest differences he has seen in training camp so far.
you are bought in.
Yeah.
It is a little bit different. You use the word different. I really want to understand what you mean by that. How, be as specific as you can about how it's so different.
I think just the accountability, like the accountability standard. Like you've seen today, like this is probably my first time ever in my career where I had live periods in practice, unless it was a scrimmage. And seeing that, and he was just like, he just brought the team. I was like, hey, we're going to go live. I need you guys to trust me that this process is going to take us to better places and have us do better. And I've been a part of live practices at Bama, and I know, like, yo, I know exactly how this look. I know exactly how this is about to turn out. Like, yo, everybody, we going live. Let's get it. Let's compete. Let's go. And that's one of the things that was different for me and an eye-opener for me. And I just got super excited, enjoying the moment, enjoying the process, because I know that those things are the key things to help us be a better team that we haven't been doing in the past.
I mean, once again, these comments just raise eyebrows on what exactly was going on the last couple of years. These are the quotes, some of which I just played. The one from John Simpson, where he's saying the vibe around the team feels more businesslike. Once again, I've never been more convinced that this was a country club the last couple of years with Saleh. I think Garrett's comments that I played are the most revealing. But this is not just a dump all over Robert Saleh. It is what it is. But I'm very encouraged by these quotes from the players, Nick, because I really think it's shocking just how dramatic it clearly has been for these players versus what they've experienced.
Yeah, you can't play this sport without practicing this sport at the level it's meant to be played at. You know, and you see every single player saying that it's finally time that things got turned up. There's everything that Aaron Glenn does has reasoning to it. This is to get you better on the field. That's why you go live. You know, I would get yelled at when I was a coach because I was going live too much during the practice week instead of having them hop over cones. And I'm like, well, this is why we're the top team year after year, because when game time gets here, we're able to tackle. We're prepared on the field because we practice what you do in a game during the week. Now, when you look at guys like AVT, it's never been a guy to like give you a quote, right? And I think that's a sign of how everyone realized what they were going through as professionals wasn't working. And Robert Saleh, nice guy, wanted to be liked, but these guys want to win. And as you're saying, this Rosenblatt sends out a tweet for his article that these Jets want to be pushed. They want to be made great. And I think they're buying into that Aaron Glenn can get them there. So for us, try something different, right? The definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Country club effect didn't work. Step it up.
Garrett Wilson's quotes, man, just eye-opening. The competitiveness. It's got to feel like if you lose, it sucks at practice. It can't just be, oh, we'll turn it on when the game comes. The way we're practicing, the intensity, the stakes feel higher. What were they doing the last couple of years? It really makes you wonder. I mean, it's unreal. And then this is the most damning quote that we've gotten from Aaron Glenn. I don't think he intentionally meant to shade Robert Saleh with his answer here, but he did. This was Aaron Glenn being asked about Will McDonald and how he's doing things no one's seen him do.
We saw a lot of that. The speed last year we saw a lot of with Will.
Yep.
The spins, the coming around the edge. The power that he put on, I don't know if you need the replay if you haven't seen it yet, but he went over him at one point. Is that even a new element to his game when you said he added some weight?
Coaching.
Is that now what he can do?
Coaching. It's coaching.
How so? Like, what do you mean?
Because he can do it. You just said he's never done it last year, right?
Not much.
Now you see him do it. It's just coaching. That's all it is.
Coaching. That's the difference. And that could be the difference in the Jets going from a team that won 5 last year to a team that maybe can have a winning season for the first time in a decade. Like, coaching matters so much in the NFL, and the roster does have enough talent on it where if they're coached properly, there's a path for this team to be relevant this year. As I've said from the beginning, it's just a lot of unknowns. But, you know, if you're a Jet fan, you have to be very encouraged by what you've heard and seen so far.
Yeah. Glenn and staff did I think, what looks like a tremendous job of scouting what this team did and assessing what this team did. They signed Sherwood. They tagged Adams. They're changing things up with training camp. I think that they took a real big look at the Jets organization as a whole. They got Woody Johnson to quiet down, right? They took a whole look at the organization, and maybe during the interview process, I've been very big on this, that Glenn seems the type of guy to present your flaws to you and say, this is what we need to fix. This is what we're going to do. This is what hasn't worked here. This is what will work here. Give us a chance to do it. And you see he's putting a lot of changes, implementing a lot of changes, and making this a real football team. We haven't been a real football team for a long time. There's been too much fluff. There's been owner drama. There's been players that are larger than the team. And this team is coming together, and I like it.
Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line before we get to some super chats here and talk about the latest from Jets camp. How about a giveaway? You ready for this, Jet fans? Sack exchange, 16 by 20, signed photo, gift memberships for your chance to win. I have it right here. It is too big to show on the screen. It literally takes up the entire screen when I show it on the air here. I'll go full screen. It's signed by Joe Klecko and Marty Lyons. So your chance to win this at the end of the stream includes certificate of authenticity. So any Jet fan who wants a chance to win it, gift the channel membership or send in a $10 super chat or higher, and you're entered in that. Plus, if you don't win this week on the show, signed Joe Namath jersey, signed Nick Mangold Ring of Honor inscription jersey, and a signed DeBrickashaw Ferguson football. So we got a bunch of prizes as we continue our giveaways throughout the summer on the show. Shout out to all the Jet fans and Asmaniacs who are tuned in. Black Gypsy, 88.3. We got you accounted for in the raffle. And our first super chat is from K&D, King of Dreams. He says, man, let Saleh be. That's like talking about an XU left. What's understood does need to be explained. Salute all. I agree with you, K&D. I think we've all moved on from Saleh. It's the players themselves that are making it a story because almost unsolicited, they're saying things that, while maybe it's not intentional to slight the previous staff, while praising what they've seen from Glenn, it's revealing just how much was missing from Saleh and the coaching staff.
Yeah, and even though the relationship with Saleh's over, these guys' careers are still going on. So they're going to talk about what they've experienced in the NFL, and they're going to talk about the regime changes and things that are different from years past. So, I mean, if Saleh does some self-assessing, as every coach and player should, maybe he's going to look and say, if I get another opportunity, maybe I'm not going to be so soft. Maybe it didn't work that way. So I think the players are just saying the truth. And if the truth looks bad at Saleh, that's why Saleh's not a head coach in the league anymore.
The first person to make it rain on the show is also KND. He has dropped a 5 spot of channel memberships. Let's go.
We are mama way.
Leaf, Eric Sampson, George Kinkakai, and Ant Banks. Oh, also Victoria with a bunch of eyes thrown in there, receiving a gifted membership there from the great KND. As far as some other takeaways here, Nick, what to you has really stood out a week and changing? Off day today, they'll put the pads back on for the next couple of days. Scrimmage Saturday will be the kind of that first check mark where we get to see a lot of team periods, 1v1. Your thoughts on where we're at with this team and what has caught your attention?
Braylon Allen stepping up to be what we need him to be. If we're going to be this run-heavy team that we all project that we're going to be, then Braylon Allen having that bigger role. Braylon Allen in the passing game is, we've heard it, right? But last year we didn't really see it. So I think so far it's a pleasant surprise of Braylon Allen out of the backfield. And, I projected that Will McDonald is going to get 15 sacks. And the day that I did it, the next morning, it came out that he gained 15 pounds of muscle. Boomtown can fact check this. So it worked out perfectly. He's going to get a sack for every pound that he gained. So Will McDonald going to another level, and Braylon Allen so far, 2 young guys that were drafted, are the guys that really have been standing out on the field day after day. You can't have a day of practice without Will McDonald tweets coming out that he was in the backfield again. He disrupted a play, would have had a sack on field. So we need that. We need that ace edge rusher. You can't win in the league without a guy who can get to the quarterback on 3rd down.
There's so clearly another level to McDonald's game that is so exciting to see what that looks like between him and Jermaine and Quinnen. If they could just get competent play next to Quinnen, they should have the makings of a really good defensive line. And then obviously the secondary should be improved. Linebackers, I'm excited to see just more blitzing and aggressiveness from Sherwood and from Quincy. I'm very optimistic about the Jet defense. I think Glenn will fix the penalty problem, and this team is too talented to not rebound and be closer to a top 10 unit in 2025 than the disaster class they put on post Saleh being fired 5 games in.
Yeah. Now, you might not like some parts of the defense. You might be down on, but optimistic about the safeties. But when you look at the NFL nowadays, we should be able to do 2 things really well: cover receivers in a passing game and get to the quarterback in a passing game. So if we can up our run game a little bit, we have the makings and the aggressiveness for a really good defense. How it plays out, how quickly it all comes together is to be seen, but it has the makings here for a really, really fun defense to watch.
What are your
to be a
thoughts?
part of from what the players are saying?
100%. And speaking of that, what are your thoughts on Malachi Moore, right? Pad's come on last 2 days, and he's making plays all over. And Glenn raved about him the other day after the first padded practice. Sure sounds like he's got a legit chance to start as a 4th-round pick.
I like it. This is how you build a winner, right? A 4th-round pick emerging to be a starter when you hope that something would happen. So you're starting to see a little substance there, and it's nice for him. And, he came from a big school. He came from Alabama. He's played in big-time games, so a training camp shouldn't, scare him off. And you see, as soon as the pads come on, there's guys who separate themselves from their competition. And so far, Moore has a really nice start.
If you're watching live right now, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel. We talk Jets each and every day, twice a day, Monday through Friday. Shows on the weekends, post-game shows after every Jets game. Help the channel get to 50K. We got a bunch of new life injected as the Jets are back this summer for camp. Super chat here. This one's from Josh, who writes in, what do we think about Isaiah Bond? A lot of players have off-field issues, but the Jets need wide receivers. The fact that no one's touched him kind of speaks volumes. So I would stay away. I don't think the Jets want to bring that guy in to their locker room with the culture they're trying to set.
Yeah, agreed. I don't think you're bringing in anybody with those types of issues.
Yeah, I mean, the look at the allegations levied at Bond. There's a reason why he's available. K&D also super chatted. Fair enough. So K&D, appreciate your support. We're going to take some calls coming up here. For those just tuning in, reminder that we are doing an awesome giveaway on the show this morning. Signed photo by Klecko and Lions, the iconic New York Sack Exchange photo. So if you want in on the raffle, gift the membership for your chance to win. What's your take on the wide receiver situation, Nick? It feels like you have Garrett Wilson, then you have Reynolds, and then after that, no one has really differentiated themselves to this point. That includes Malachi Corley, who right now, good day to do a projected 53 with the Jets being off today. I don't have Malachi Corley on my 53 based on what I've seen and what I've been hearing from training camp so far.
Yeah, I don't think wide receiver 4 is really on this roster right now, to be honest with you. I think the Jets make a move at some time in August and, maybe early September when someone gets waived. But I am petrified of the depth in our wide receiver room. It doesn't scare anyone. If you want to have a running game, you got to be able to have a passing attack to open that up too. They got to complement one another. So just Arian Smith running a deep route is not enough to scare off defenses to stop the run. So I think we need more. I don't know the scheme. I haven't been to a live practice to see the routes and the depth and how we're trying to run this scheme, but not their guy, right? And if it doesn't fit what they want to do, they're not going to cater to it. They don't care what happened in the past. I think that's been pretty evident so far, right? They don't care about the past. If that's not their guy and he can't fit what they're going to do, they have no allegiance to him.
Chris Shinebane hit the join button and became a channel member. He is in the Asmaniac raffle for 1. Thank you very much, Chris. Super chat from Chad. Jake, did you see Rich Cimini's 53-man roster prediction thoughts? I did. Cimini did not have Corley making the team, by the way, for what it's worth. So that to me was one of the notable takeaways. He also had, what's the guy's name? Derek Nandi, who they signed from the Chiefs. He had him off the roster. Byron Cowher was the projected starter there. Yeah, he had a couple other guys beating him out. So those were probably the top takeaways from what I saw there. But ultimately, I think Rich has been there and it's kind of backing up my thought. I don't see the spot for Corley on this team. He's not a special teams ace. He doesn't do anything that is so unique. You need to keep him on the team. Like Arian Smith has the speed, so like they're not just going to give up on him. Plus, he was drafted by this regime where Corley was not. I don't really see the path for Malachi Corley. I know we all are hoping for some sort of breakout because he was a top, pick. He was the first pick of the third round, which is not nothing. I just don't see the path.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Gibson's there because Gibson does nothing good. At least Corley can be physical. Maybe it's worth a shot, but if he can't run the routes that they want him to do, they're not going to keep him. I'm a little upset. I'm looking at Samini's now. 3 guys that I've targeted that I think need to get cut all make it with his projection: Clemens, Max Mitchell, and Gibson. So I see Johnson. Yeah, look at that wide receiver room, though, man. Wilson, great. Reynolds, okay. Lazard, okay blocker. Iffy as a receiver, inconsistent. Smith, unproven. Johnson, speedy, not really great resume. And then Gibson, who's done nothing except a punt return. So that needs an upgrade, man, somewhere. That really does. And we got to pray for Garrett Wilson to be healthy all year, or else it's going to be disgusting.
Let's go through Samini's projected 53. I just pulled it off his Twitter account. Fields, Taylor, the quarterbacks. Hall, Allen, Davis, and Beck. They're keeping a fullback, according to Rich. Wilson, Reynolds, Lazard, Smith, Johnson, Gibson. What's notable is, of course, Corley not being listed here. Lazard making the team. That shouldn't be surprising, I suppose, at this point, although I don't really understand why he's getting as many reps as he is. Wilson, Reynolds, Lazard, Smith, Johnson, Gibson. So that's 6 receivers, 3 tight ends, Taylor, Ruckert, Smart. Offensive line-wise, the usual 5 starters, plus the top backup of Myers, Max Mitchell, Okorafor, and Newman making it over Carter Warren. That's notable. And then obviously we just talked about Corley here. So this to me is fair.
Charles. I noticed no Irv Charles anywhere.
He's not playing this year. He's going to be done for the,
He's out for the year. Oh, I didn't get that.
Well, he tore his ACL in December. So when exactly would he be back?
All right. I forgot about the ACL.
I just don't. I don't. You know what I mean? Like I don't really see how he's making the team.
Yeah.
He'll be on the team. They could just place him on, the pup list for the whole year. He won't count for a roster spot. So that to me is realistic more than anything else. Here's the projected defense for what it's worth. Quinnen Williams, Will McDonald, Johnson, Cowart, Clemens, Tufili, Mathis, Barron, Watts, Taylor round out the defensive line room here. Linebacker-wise, Sherwood, Williams, McCrary, Ball, Davis, and Mulagawa, who was their draft pick. Corners, Gardner, Stevens, Carter, Thomas, Boyd, and Stiggers. Safety, Cisco, Adams, Moore, Oliver, Monroe. Jarius Monroe, by the way, has made some plays. That was a guy they signed late last year, so worth noting on him at safety. And then notable cuts, he does not have Nandi making the team. Barnes or Jarek Bernard Converse. And Samini has Folk being the kicker. No surprise. They signed him yesterday. McNamara being the punter. And let's not shortchange our guy, Thomas Hennessy, back as the long snapper. Your thoughts on this projection here, Nick?
I would love to ask Samini what made him put Nadi as a cut. We don't really have a run stuffer. He was brought in to play that role, to be that stout guy up the middle for us.
He wasn't good last year. That could be it. Maybe he's just shot.
Could be. But then you're back to square one again, right? Like, who else is
unless Coward emerges or, you get something from one of these guys, right? Leonard Taylor, Clemens, I guess, if they use him inside, although, not the biggest Clemens guy.
Yeah, I'm not I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the run D tackle. I don't know. I would love to pick Rick Samini's brain about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Shine with us here as we talk all things Jets. We open the show talking about just the nonstop barrage of comments from Jets players throwing shade, maybe intentionally, maybe unintentionally, at the previous coaching staff and head coach. So rewind that. If you tuned in late, we'll get to some of your calls coming up here. But first, a shout out to Mother Effin' Chew for joining our Sack Exchange raffle at the end of the show. He gifted 1 channel membership. Nick Bigelow, he super chats. How has Stevens been during camp? Interesting storyline with AZ Thomas right behind him. Thought for sure they moved him to safety. Braylon equals RB1. Stevens apparently has played well. He's been beat like any corner is going to get beat. Certainly Garrett Wilson has given him some fits, but there was a play the Jets posted on their in-house media accounts of a pass breakup that Stevens had against Garrett. So I think Stevens has been good, and obviously they believed in him because they gave him a contract that far exceeded what we thought he'd get, and we'll see if they could turn him into a really good player. His issue has been making plays, not he gets lost in coverage. Like, he's in position to make plays. Yeah. He doesn't make them. Hopefully, with better coaching, Glenn being the player that he was at that position certainly doesn't hurt, but they could coach him up to be an effective corner for them.
Yeah, he's got all the ability and the agility. It's like timing and technique, and that's all coachable. You know, it's picking up on wide receiver tendencies, when the ball's coming, when to turn, when to get your hands up. That's all taught, man.
Dre Day with a super chat. Hey, everyone. It's my birthday today.
Oh, why don't you come on my show? I sing you happy birthday. Come on my
Dre
show.
Day, happy birthday. Bobby Midnight's afraid to show his face these days, so I don't know if he's going to sing to you. But I'll give you a Jet chant. Hennessy says, Corley will make the team. He's too talented not to, in my opinion. Also, our new OC should be able to use him if he's as creative as Ben Johnson. What if Malachi Corley just stinks? Have we thought about that? Like, Ben Johnson couldn't make me into a good player just because he's a creative offensive mind. What if Corley's just not good?
Vernon Golston looked like a great player. Couldn't play. Corley looks like a great player. It's easy to do that in college and just run over people. It's different in the NFL. You got to be able to run around as a receiver. You got to be able to get open. You got to be able to play in space. And if he doesn't have that skill set, they're going to cut ties when the time comes. They believe in coaching. So if they cut a player, Jake, guess what? They don't believe they can coach this guy to get to the level that they want.
And remember, a lot of reports circulated that Corley was a little immature last year, didn't work that hard, didn't really adjust to being a pro as well as they hoped, and the coaching staff lost faith in him. Well, the guy that was his positional coach is the only coach that Aaron Glenn retained, right? Sean Jefferson is the wide receivers coach who was there with Corley under Saleh last year. So obviously, he knows what happened with Corley last year and can relay that to Glenn. So if Corley has not made those improvements, whatever they were, then there you go. And also, Malachi Corley missed a lot of time in the spring with an injury. So maybe he's just so far behind the 8 ball and learning this offense. He's still thinking out there and not just being able to run the play without thinking, and he could just let his athleticism shine, pun intended with Nick Shine on the show. And maybe that's an issue too. I don't know.
Yeah. You know, well said. You know, Jefferson can say, listen, he hasn't progressed here and here, and they may just not see a commitment from him to improve his craft. Now he's running over tackling dummies and those machines, you know, the tackling, the blocking pads. He's crashing into those. On a fucking route. Post your videos of your route running, man. Unless it's just bad, so you don't want to. But this coaching staff can coach. It's an NFL quality coaching staff, and we're not used to having that. We haven't had that in a very long time. So, like I said, if they can't get him where they want him, he's gone. And it's on nobody but himself.
Nick, are you ready to be a part of one of the greatest Azzies anyone could be a part of?
What one do you have, Jake?
Ladies and gentlemen, today, as we're down to just 2 Azzie Awards, we will vote on the Rookie of the Year for the last calendar year on the show. And your nominees are epic. Ladies and gentlemen, the nominees for Rookie of the Year are as follows: Barbarossa, Beastbreaker, Mikey Midnight, and David T. Only one can win an Azzie Award. Ladies and gentlemen, voting for the Azzies is officially underway.
It's time for the Azzie Awards. Gotta get through Jets off season. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna lose? These Asmaniac callers are legends. It's up to the chat. It's your time to vote. You gotta decide who's better. Asmaniacs drive the Jake Asman show. That's why we gotta have these Azzie Awards.
Nick, who would you vote for Rookie of the Year?
Oh man, you're putting me on the spot on air. Man, I don't. I'll have to think on this one. I don't have a clear-cut answer because you could justify all four. You know, some of the categories it's like a no-brainer, but you know, David T, great caller, consistently there day after day. Mikey Midnight, very unique character and brings some interesting things to the table. Barbarossa, great calls, great takes as well, who's a constant. And then you have Beast, who is just taking over the community in a good way or bad. He's discussed throughout every single show. So I don't know, man. Like I'm one of those people when I go to a restaurant, I wait till it's my turn to order and I just spit out what I want because if I pick too early, I'll change my mind as we go on. So I don't know, man.
It's a tough one.
If I had a pick, I would go with David T. I think David T is something different in our community. You know, we have a lot of outrages. So I think that kind of I think Mikey and Beast cancel each other out in a way. And no offense to Barbarossa, but David T's he's one of one, right? Like just a really nice, genuine human being. And I think that deserves some credit at times in life, not just the outrageous.
We have one Azzy Award left, and I saved the best for last. And Nick, you're perfectly qualified to opine on this as Charles Gorman's official job coach. The top Charles Gorman moment, the greatest Gorman moment over the last calendar year, the catfishing incident, the shaving incidents, the couple at the diner, Poopgate. It was impossible to come up with just 4. The honorable mentions for this category feature so many iconic moments, from Charles saying he didn't come from a stork, or the wrong password incident with the merch store. Too many to narrow down, but somehow the committee did. This will be the last award that we give out this afternoon on the show. The greatest Gorman moment. Nick Shine, you've been a part of some of these. What was, in your opinion, the greatest Charles Gorman moment?
I wish there was a way we could coordinate the community where all 4 get 25% of the vote. It's a 4-way tie. I mean, the catfishing, to me, takes the cake. All of these were tremendous. I called in during the shaving incident. The Poopgate is interesting on its own. The couple at the diner is wild, you know. But the catfishing during the tournament, when everyone was coming in every day to vote, and as it's winding down, everyone knows where they were when that happened. It's one of those moments in time, right? Where like, you know where you were when you saw that. And then when it clicked in your brain that it wasn't an April Fool's Day joke, like this is legit serious. Oh no, Charles is in trouble and made a horrible mistake. I think that one would get my vote. It would, absolutely. The catfishing is the top moment of the year.
Poopgate happened on Bobby's show technically, so I would eliminate it in my personal voting, but the committee wanted it in because Bobby's show is part of the Asmaniac cinematic universe, as you know, Nick.
Under the umbrella. It's like
right.
Under the Marvel umbrella, right?
So I had no problem allowing it, but I think the other 3, man, I mean, pick your poison. I think I lean catfishing as well because it was like just the perfect storm of it happened on April Fool's Day, so I thought Charles was messing with us. He was up for Asmaniac Madness against Big Fella in the Sweet 16, and Charles maybe wins the whole thing if this doesn't happen. So there was too much of it. And also, there was a Poopgate that did happen on my show after the fact as well. Gorman denies it. We never saw his face, but I think we all understood what was happening. Man.
Yeah.
What a show. What a life. What a time.
Down to 4 with Charles is quite the task.
It's not easy.
We could have had 5 different days of it. We could have had a Charles tournament, like a Sweet 16, and just have won a tournament of Charles moments.
Unreal. If you're watching live right now, hit the like button. We're talking Jets. Jets have the day off today. Practice field. They return tomorrow. Green and white scrimmage is on Saturday. Afterwards, we have our event at the Cloverleaf Tavern. The great Chef Kevin is the man who made that happen for us, and he's on the line to start us off today. Hello, Chef Kevin.
Jake, what's up, man? How you doing?
Chef.
Nick, what's up, man? How you feeling,
What's up,
brother?
How are you?
Hey, man, another beautiful day at the Leaf, man. Just trying to get some things going, man. I'll always love and appreciate Jet Talk, man. So, if guys don't mind, I just want to chime in a little bit because of that Corley stuff, man. Like, I felt really high on him last year, just with the number 3, like the third pick for us. But the signs are there, man. In training camp this past Saturday, he had 3 drops, man. And it wasn't it wasn't like his expression. I'm a big believer in expression where it's like, oh man, like I dropped, like it's just kind of like, I dropped it, whatever. So for me, that's a little disappointing to see. If he gets cut, I think we have other options, man. Nick, your man, Arian Smith, I wasn't high on him when we drafted him just because of the drops. With that, where it's like in my head, it's like, damn, man, we just drafted another Lazard. Like, that didn't like really make sense. But seeing him in camp, he looks a lot bigger than I thought. Like, size-wise, I'm like, okay, he got some size. I didn't see much of that. Like, they wasn't giving him anything deep, but the catches that he did have, like, he did pretty good, man. He had like a presence out there that made me feel good. And I know a lot of people are hating on Gibson, and for the points. Last year we were just waiting for that magical 9/11 moment again, and just wasn't really there. We wasn't really scheming up much. But I have a good feeling that Gibson's going to make the team, man. He was quite impressive. No drops. His route running, his feet work, man. I'm a coach. I deal with the skills. I deal with the wide receivers and the cornerbacks, and he's running crisp routes. It's just the big thing for me is the return game. Like, we got a returner back there, and he's fair catching some stuff. He's only making maybe 5 yards, 6 yards, something like that. Not really adding much to it, not really flipping the field for us. I understand that stuff, but Aaron Smith was back there, so I am hopeful for it. So we'll see a lot more, man. I know some people got tickets tomorrow. We're all gonna be there on Saturday for the most part, man. We'll see some good stuff. Really looking forward to it. I want to send a happy birthday shout out to Dre Day. I'm over here, getting some things going on, and heard he's a Leo like myself. So salute to him. I appreciate the community, man. Jake, everything that you're doing. Feeling really good about this. We got some swag, man. More swag came in today.
Let's go.
I'm feeling good, man. Everybody that's coming, you're guaranteed to not leave with nothing. You're guaranteed. I'm gonna give you some stuff, man. Jake got some stuff. Believe me, man. You're gonna be taken care of. Make sure you come on time, man. I got the food. Make sure you come on time, man.
12:30, baby.
I'm bringing a shopping cart, Kevin.
Hey, Nick, you're my guy, man. I mean, you're giving me the Gastineau jersey. Shout out Chris B. I appreciate everything y'all do. The community. The raffle stuff is always cool, man. It's intriguing for everybody. It helps support our Jet content creators, man. They invest back into their shows to make the shows better for all of us to listen to. So, you might not win something, but we're all winning at the end of the day, because now it's just helping grow all these Jet content creators in this community, man. Much appreciated. Salute to all you guys, man. The Asmaniacs, man. We're going to be in the building. Got a bunch of the Asmaniac Madness participants that will be here, man. Really looking forward to everybody. We got a committee member showing up in Nick Shine. So, it'll be good to see you again, man. Were you able to grab any tickets, Nick, to the scrimmage?
No, not yet.
If anyone has tickets for Saturday, we have a bunch of people that desperately need. So please reach out. I have tickets, by the way, for any Jet fan who wants to go to practice tomorrow. So maybe you have Saturday, you can't use them. You want to do a trade, we could do that. But we got a bunch of people who want to go Saturday. It's the toughest day to get, seemingly. Yeah. It's Saturday, and it's the scrimmage day. But if anyone has extras, please reach out to me, AsmanJake at Gmail, or message me so we can distribute them to people that could definitely use them.
That's right. Hey, man, we need Nick, because Nick was electric last year, man. Yelling at Rodgers. Hey, we wasn't cheering for love. We were cheering for love, man. We weren't cheering for you, Rodgers. Had everybody laugh. That was epic, Nick.
I'm pissed that was the highlight of the Rodgers era. Was me making him laugh by telling him we're not cheering for you after the crowd went nuts for 30 seconds straight. And then when it dies down, Rodgers is 25 feet in front of us, and I yell, "We weren't cheering for you. We were cheering for Jordan Love." Travis Jordan. I'm sorry, it's not Jordan Love.
No, Jordan
And
Travis.
Yeah. Sorry, I got excited.
That's right.
Both, both of you butchered Jordan Travis's name.
Well, you know what? He didn't make a name for himself, Jake. It's not on us.
It's not his fault. He died on the field. Essentially, he ended his career. Brutal.
We all
I
wish it
can't
would have
wait.
worked out,
The
man.
joke died with his name. I'm sorry.
I can't wait for Saturday, Chef Kev. You're the man. I know we got some cool things in store for anyone who's coming. We have spots available, and then we moved up the start time to 12:30. If you come a little before then, that's okay too.
That's right.
I didn't expect to have Nikki this weekend. I got to add Nikki to the head count.
You're good.
Yo,
Bring 'em.
Jake, you already know, man.
We
Yo,
switched
we're
weekends with
good,
his mom
man.
having vacation. So then when I booked for me, I didn't have him, but now I have him. So
Even
It's
if
happening.
you didn't RSVP, we still got a room downstairs. We can still accommodate. People can still come up. So we'll make it work, man. For the Asmaniacs, man, for the community, we'll make it work, man. Best believe that.
Love it. Chef Kevin checking in. Great stuff there. Looking forward to Saturday. Just the Tipman says, Jake, I RSVP'd for Saturday. I'm bringing young kids to the training camp. I'm curious if the event is kid friendly. Absolutely. Bring anyone you want. Definitely kid friendly. It's going to be a great time. We're just going to be hanging out. We got some giveaways. The food is going to be tremendous. Chef Kev partnered up with an awesome brewery. So there's going to be some free drinks for people as well. So it's going to be awesome. Great spot. I'm looking forward to being out there. A couple of membership shout outs here. Islip Jet fan gifted a channel membership. One of the great teachers in New York State is in the raffle for one. Gil became a channel member. So Gil, you're in the raffle for one as well. And for those tuning in late, this right here is what we give away at the end of the show. It is a signed sack exchange photo by Joe Klecko and Marty Lyons. And it includes the certificate of authentication. I will mail it to you today if you win, but you got to be in the raffle for your chance to win. All right, let's get to more of your calls right now. Quick update on voting for the Azzy Award for Rookie of the Year. Nick Shine, Beast Breaker right now, is leading the poll. 40% of the vote for the Beast. In second place, Mikey Midnight and David T are tied. And in fourth place, the Honorable Barbarossa. So that is your voting update for the Azzy Awards. I just realized I had the Chef Kevin flyer up because StreamYard is glitching. There you go. Those are your nominees for Rookie of the Year. Before we get to your calls, this just came through the pipeline. Our guy Frank P dropping a 10 spot. The first to do it on the show today. 10 channel memberships. Boom. Now, give me money. Or I shoot him. And I shoot all you motherfuckers. And then we take it. Your choice, bitches. If you hear your name called, Frank P is the reason why you're a member. JP Nicholson, Amar, D-Cat, Daniel, Ed Hoffman, TJ Jet, Joe Campanelli, Donnie Rosso, and Alec K, all receiving a gifted membership there from our friend Frank P. To your calls, we go. And Hep will continue the conversation. What's up, Hep?
Hey, guys. Hey, Nick. Hey,
What's up,
Jake, I just realized I've been watching you a long time. I've been watching you before you even had that background. I remember when you first got it down in, was it Texas, right? You were down there for.
The background's changed a couple times over the years. The logo's changed a few times. I used to have ESPN on the back because I was doing a lot of shows remote for ESPN. So now I just have settled into the spot as I've stayed in my Manhattan apartment now for a year plus.
Yeah, I think I remember it was a big celebration when you got to 1,000 or something like that. It was like crazy. But anyway, I'd like to talk about the Origins, the Jets specials they've been putting out. And I think, have you been able to watch any of those?
I watched the Olu Fashion one so far. I haven't gotten to the Will McDonald and Michael Carter were the other two, and Tippmann.
Well, yeah, the one I want to talk about in particular is Will McDonald, but the G-Dub is really a good one too. Will McDonald, this kid is incredible. He was sleeping in his car in the winter for like 3 months. You gotta watch that story. You're gonna get a really good appreciation for who these people are, who these guys are as people. And the thing about this Origin thing, which makes it really cool, you're not just rooting for a number anymore or just to play. You're really getting to know these guys as people, and it's like, wow, you could really root for them. It's a really good program. I'm really glad they put it out. It was a good move. And Nick, you're my late night. You're my late night guy. That's where I go. I say, okay, Nick's late night. I got Paul Boy Green in the morning and Jake is sandwiched in the middle, That's my schedule pretty much.
There's
And
nothing like being sandwiched in between Boy Green and Nick Scheinheb. I mean, that is when you know you made it.
I might have to throw the beard back just so you're nice and cozy on each side.
Well, to quote Kringlovsky, calm your freaky down. Thanks, guys.
Great call, man. Love it.
Support, buddy.
The Jets, and I've said this, I mean, for as many issues as the Jets have had on the field, they're team that works on their, one Jets drive, which is like, the Jets version of Hard Knocks or these origin stuff. They do a great job. They always have. So definitely really recommend people watch it.
They really do. It's top notch. Like you watch it and the presentation, everything about it is just really, really well done. We hope that if Aaron Glenn can get this team to play as well as the social media team puts together stuff for the production team, we're going to be really good. That's the goal. Get the team as good as the production team.
It's funny. I'm looking at the comments here, and I just stumbled upon an interesting comment from Alan, who writes in that Ginger loves to be in the middle.
Fuck you, Alan! I'm laughing at the fuck you, Alan. All right, I'm laughing at both.
If I like to be in the middle, Alan, what do you like? Oh, you admitted on the show what you like, you sicko. Stinky finger Alan over here. If anyone ever sees Alan in person, don't touch him. That's all I'm going to say. Don't touch him. All right. More of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen, on the Gus Buster Umbrella Hotline. Next is Adam. What's up, Adam?
Hey, so I think a lot of this coaching euphoria is just a reminder of how bad we've had it recently, especially last year. Like anything normal is like the greatest coaching staff in the history of the franchise.
Yeah, it's stunning, man. And once again, I'm not trying to just bash Saleh. It's the players themselves with their comments that leave you no choice but to talk. It's not like one or two players, it's multiple. Some of the best players on the team that have been here talking about, and they're talking up Glenn, not to dump on Saleh, but by talking up Glenn, some of the things that he's doing, it just sounds like what the hell were the Jets doing the last couple of years?
Well, I think part of it was the team has demographically changed by age, right? Wasn't one of the older teams last year, and now it's one of the younger teams. So the younger players, they've got a career earnings to play for. They're going to be hungrier. They're trying to prove themselves. They're trying to get clout versus the older players who are already sitting on generational wealth. What's their motivation, especially when they're coming to the Jets knowing, they were hoping that, if they got Aaron Rodgers, maybe they'll get a sniff at the playoffs and the Super Bowl. I think just the motivation level's already different just by changing the team makeup.
Yeah. You made a great point that made me think of this. Saleh wanted you to come here and do what you know what to do.
Yeah.
These guys are coaching these guys to get them to do what they want them to do.
Yeah.
He brought in Rodgers, be Aaron Rodgers. Brought in Tyron Smith, be Tyron Smith. No. You still have to be coached. And no matter how old you are or how long you've been in the league, you have to be coached up. And I love that Glenn's doing that. And he's called out some players too. I like that.
Yeah. And I think we got to be careful about maybe simplifying it too much because we don't really know what Saleh's strategy was with player personnel and how they were geared towards the scheme. But the idea that Clemens could be more than just, the big guy that can't, stop a run. What if he could get better, right? What if he was actually asked to do more? You see Will McDonald, asking to put on weight. Well, gee, all you had to do was ask, right? How much of it was the coach's lack of creativity in the previous regime or not being able to, make improvements in a tangible way for players that genuinely want it? Players want to get the bag. Especially after seeing Garrett and Sauce get rewarded, they want to be motivated. So, the coaching staff giving them ideas, okay, well, if you want to, be a more effective player, grow into this capacity. And then the players that are not, willing to do that or not capable to do that, yeah, they're going to be shown the door.
Well said, Adam. And I think the biggest thing that they need to do, this new regime, is they need a signature win early to back up everything they're doing this summer, this more difficult training camp, that it's paying off dividends. Everyone wants to do the Bill Parcells thing. Parcells' first game in 97, Jets were underdogs going out west to Seattle and destroyed the Seahawks, and it was holy crap, Bill Parcells is a god. This team was the worst team in football. Now look what they did, 41-3, I think was the score that day, and it just sent a message to the entire league that the Jets aren't a joke anymore, that they have a real coach. And I'm not saying the Jets are going to beat the Steelers 41-3, although I'd love it, but win week 1, right? Or win week 2 against Josh Allen and the Bills. Get them early in the year in your building where you've played them well the last several years. you need that signature win early, and it will go a long way towards getting that full buy-in from the players. I think Glenn has the buy-in now, but I think seeing results early is only going to reinforce that.
Yeah, and for me, the bar is so low on Clemens. The only thing I ask of him this year is don't embarrass yourself or us during the Bills games. That's it. I don't expect a play. I don't expect a positive play. Like, just don't embarrass yourself and be a spectacle and make it look like the same old Jets. Aaron Glenn, the greatest coaching thing you can do is get Michael Clemens to not fight Deion Dawkins during the game at some point. That, to me, would be tremendous coaching in year one, right? Now, the statement games. I think we beat the Steelers. I think what the Steelers want to do, we can take away. And I think it'll be a low-scoring game. Now that I said that, it'll be a shootout, right? But I think this is a game that could come down to Nick Folks-Lake at the end of the game. And I'm okay with that. We're going to win some games like that. There's going to be some tight, low-scoring 16-13, 13-10 type of games this year. But hopefully we come on the victory side of it. I can't watch a game where we lose 10-9 and to Denver and we don't get in the end zone with the loaded offense that we had and the quarterback that we had. We need to win. You know, I've said this to you before. 2-game seasons. Pittsburgh, Buffalo, win one. Back-to-back in Florida, win one. Dallas home, then to London for Denver, win one. Carolina, win that game. You can be 4-3 going into that Cincinnati game before the bye. Jake, you go deep into the playbook. You call all the craziness that you haven't called yet to try to shut down Burrow and maybe get to the bye at 5-3.
Let's go.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Hell yeah.
Eli Betts is believing. He has gifted 5 channel memberships. Let's go, Eli. The following 5 people are channel members: Jason Schmeider, Stu Pedazzo, Vic Cortez, Adrian Bacote. Congratulations to all who got a membership. Check out a members-only video I posted today, The History of the Shadow Realm. Shout out to Gator for his brilliance putting that together. Wait till you guys see the history of Stupid Town that Gator is also working on right now. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. How about 5 more gifted memberships from the Jordo Show? He won a Garrett Wilson jersey the other day on the program. 5 names to read off: Isaac Goldstein, L. Train Anderson, Robert Sanchez, Toxic Spectre, and Gonzo Badger. Shout out to Gonzo and his family, longtime supporters of the show right there. In the Azzy Awards, Beastbreaker is running away with the Rookie of the Year Azzy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's check in with the man himself.
Read them in, we boys. A-R-M-Y. What does that spell? The Army. That's right. And we're not gonna have no country club this year. Bye country club. We're going back to the old ways. Hard zone football, hard smash mouth in your face, knock your teeth out, and we're gonna bust everybody up. One way or the other, there's not gonna be running away from anybody. Patsies, we're knocking on your door. You better have a broomstick and you better have a bloody nose ready because there's gonna be some nice blood.
Nobody gives a shit.
What's the broomstick for?
Oh, the whacking part. They're gonna be a shellacking. That's what we call that's an old word. Shellacking. That's been said hundreds of times by greats in professional wrestling and other sports as well. And I'm ready for it. We're 2 weeks away.
Nobody gives a shit.
Can I
ask you a follow-up question, Beast?
Can I say something to Chef Kevin? Where's those burgers and where's that chicken? You mean
hey, Beast.
What's the stains on the shirt?
Beast.
Well, that's a little bit of oil slick. That's not that bad.
Don't you want to thank the community that's voting for you, Beast?
Hey, for everybody, it's called El Muchos Gracias. And in German, thank you very much, El Guten, to all. Let's keep it alive. Remember, folks, J-E-T-S, George.
Hey, Beast, a lot of new listeners are experiencing you for the first time since training camp is back. Can you give people the Garrett Wilson catch and show everyone why you're the Rookie of the Year?
Sign up week. Weak 3-4 formation. 3-4 weak formation. Where's Mr. Bullet?
Giant zucchini.
3 on the line. 3 on the line. Get ready. Get ready. Blue. Blue. Blue 55. Blue 55. Get ready. Come on. Set. 3. Get ready. Set. Wait. Oh, touchdown, Chico. Ah, second boy. Come here, boys. Let's see it.
You know what time it is? A beast breaker, 666. I'm gonna take my fist and shove it up your ass, and then he gotta go.
No notes. Perfect, Beast. Brilliant performance there. That's why you might be the rookie of the year.
What the fuck did I just watch?
The Beast Breaker experience, Nick. What do you mean? Fantagrana White. Beast, what was the last actual job you had? It's a great question, and one we'll never get the answer to because we've asked it many times. On that note,
He was a professional zucchini hider.
that's right. That zucchini is unreal. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Tommy is next on our show today as we keep rolling with your outstanding calls. What's up, Tommy? Tommy, unmute your mic.
Jake, Nick, Sean.
What's up, buddy?
Two legends. Thank you for putting me on right after Beast. I really appreciate that, Jake.
We go in order, baby. I don't discriminate.
All right. I got 2 points, okay? One's kicker, one's wide receiver. But I first want to say happy birthday to Dre Day. And you guys are going to have an amazing time Saturday with Chef Kevin Gilbert. He's the man. Never been there yet. But I just know by his attitude that his food is amazing. He's probably the best chef that lives in New Jersey. So I want to give him praise. Even though I never met him. When I was at the Long Island meetup, he came like 10 minutes after I left when I got on the train with Gary and J Quest, and missed him by 10 minutes, but it's all good. Okay, before you cut me off, Jake, let me make my 2 points, okay? I was going to start with the kicker, but as you mentioned Malachi Corley, I want to ask you a serious question. If you're going to keep Alan Lazard on this team, who drops balls left and right, he has butterfingers, just because he's, 6'3" or 6'4", and can block, Malachi Corley is the Yak King for a reason in college. He can block as well. He's just 5'10" instead of 6'3".
Yeah, but he doesn't block as well as Lazard blocks, to be fair. Clearly, they think Lazard is more reliable in the pecking order, which is why he's getting all the reps with the ones.
And Alan Lazard only is really good when he plays with his best friend, Aaron Rodgers. So maybe
I agree. Tommy, I don't want Lazard on the team, but I think a couple things can be true here. Lazard is – you could make a case Lazard shouldn't be getting as much playing time as he is, and also acknowledge that Malachi Corley is not doing enough to stand out. Otherwise, you don't think the Jets would want to utilize him. Like, they have no issue playing guys that they didn't draft. They just paid Sauce and Garrett, who they didn't draft. They re-signed Jamie and Sherwood, who they didn't draft. Like, they obviously don't see a role for him if he's not getting on the field consistently.
But Jake, hear me out. Like, you're the Yak King for one reason in college, because you dominated and you're physically you're stronger than every linebacker that's on the field as a wide receiver 3.
I get it, but he was also at Western Kentucky. It's not like he's doing this at, Ohio State or Alabama.
So how long do you think Alan Lazard will last on the Jets compared to having a 1 year? Malachi Corley only been on the team for 1 year. Alan Lazard's been in the league for at least, 8-9 years?
I mean, I'm not the biggest Alan Lazard fan, but they clearly think he's better than Corley, and he's a much better blocker than Corley.
You might not like the results with Lazard, but Lazard can run the routes. Lazard does make plays. He does have the height for the red zone, and he does block well. Like, everything what you're saying about Corley is just speculation and hope. But Lazard is clearly a better receiver than Corley.
See, the only reason why I have, and then I'll get to my kicker point real quick. The only reason why I really love Malachi Corley, because he played like how I played in high school. So I got like love for that position. Like you were always smaller, you're always little, and you just were the strongest guy on the field and rock people. Like that's what I really love.
Are you also the Yak King of whatever high school you played at?
Woodridge and St. Mary's High School, Rutherford and Woodridge in New Jersey. Yes.
Nice.
Woodridge, not Woodbridge. Woodridge.
Not Woodridge. Woodridge, small little tiny town, Nick.
Yeah,
Bergen County, right by Lyndhurst, Hackensack. And then, okay, let me get to this point. I love Aaron Glenn. Like I love his press conferences. Like he sounds like he is ready to go to war with this team. But my only question is like Nick Folk is 40 years old. You say that you want to sign younger players under 30, and you cut Thomas Morstead, who's 39, who could have been our greatest. He's the greatest punter, I think, like that the Jets ever had. And how are you going to re-sign Nick Folk at 40 and get rid of Thomas Morstead at the age of 39 and talk that game where I want to get younger but better, and then you sign a 40-year-old kicker? Like, I think we're in trouble in that position.
Well, for what it's worth, Tommy, the kicker or the punter, McNamara, that's the only punter left after they cut Kroger, has been really good. Robbie Sable was on the show yesterday, and he said that McNamara had some incredible punts, and so he's been good. I do agree with if you're going to end up with Nick Folk as the kicker, you could have just kept Thomas Morstead in the first place. So I understand that criticism. That said, I don't think the Jets were wrong for signing Nick Folk. I think it's a good move, and I would have liked them to also have kept Morstead as well. I mean, I just hope that they're right on the punter they currently have, McNamara, that he's good, because if he sucks, it's very easy to say, why didn't you just keep Thomas Morstead, who wasn't as good last year as he was 2 years ago, but still was an effective punter and is a good team guy, and I would have no problem bringing him in and keeping him around for another year.
The Jets don't want a 41-year-old kicker. The Jets need a kicker who's more consistent. That's
right.
Why they brought him in. They were hoping that these guys would work out, but
and maybe they still will, by the way. Maybe Mevis is going to be better than Folk this summer. We don't know, but at least you had Nick Folk there, who last year led the NFL in field goal make percentage.
I hope he makes the team for one reason and one reason only. Do you remember when Darrelle Revis was holding out, or when he got traded away, he went to New England? Jets fans made Mevis jerseys. They took the R, they covered it with tape and put in Mevis. If the Jets get an actual Mevis on the roster after ridiculing Darrelle Revis when he held out, that would me that would become full circle for everything, and that would change the whole trajectory of the New York Jets, in my opinion. That's what we need.
Ladies and gentlemen, Uno Jets with a $10 super chat. He earns 2 raffle entries with this. Beast is unique. Let's go Jets. Well, Beast is certainly unique. That is definitely true. We have a major situation developing in the chat. Patriots 12, 6 rings is in the house. He says the Jets will be blinded by the sparkle of those 6 rings by Pittsburgh week 1 and will probably trip over their own feet and lose. Did he think this was a good one?
I mean, it looks like he really thought that was like Don Rickles' zinger.
Pathetic.
There's not a Steeler on this roster that has won a Super Bowl ring there. So, who cares? You're not playing the past. It's not the History Channel, my friend. Go hang out with Beats, then watch the History Channel if you want to live in the past.
Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. On the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is one of the great callers in the history of this show. He's been voted as the caller with the best takes. Ladies and gentlemen, we say hello right now to the great Kyle Clifton.
To 6 rings, I'll say this. just because every guy you know tells you that French kissing your sister is awesome doesn't mean you yourself have to do it. Just so you know.
Hey, now.
And that's why he won Best Takes, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wow. That is a truth bomb from
Shots have been fired. So regarding the Azzies, I think that, I'm partial to David T in the current category. He does, as Nick said, bring something unique. I haven't had the opportunity to vote yet, but after I get off this call, I certainly will. He's just, a great addition to the community. And as far as the ultimate prize, the Gorman, I don't know how you don't go with the Poop Gate. Like that's groundbreaking for any medium to have that kind of interaction with a caller or someone who appears on a show.
But Kyle, to be fair, every Charles call is groundbreaking to something
Yeah,
that's
he's
never happened.
continually breaking ground. But I felt like the catfish thing was a little bit too serious to be kind of in consideration for that. But so I won't be voting for catfish. But yeah, I think Poopgate is probably it kind of blew my mind when it happened. The last thing I wanted to talk about.
He blew up the bathroom. So
damn it! I was about to make a similar joke.
The last thing I want to talk about is Chimini's 53, right? So 5 linebackers. This isn't Saleh's team anymore, right? It's a little weird to see 5 linebackers in the conversation. I'm wondering why at some point we didn't take a defensive tackle if we don't have a true one tech on the roster and Nandi is truly on the bubble. And then, these are the types of players that we're going to be looking for. The wide receiver to provide depth if it's, the 4th or 5th guy. I can't see Gibson making the team. I'm sorry. I think we've seen the full breadth of what we're seeing from Xavier Gibson. I think he's a solid guy. I think he's out the door. I think we can do better with Pritchard or Kene or whomever they're going to put back there, kicks, punts.
He's peaked, right? Like he's peaked.
Right.
I don't think you could coach him up to get any better. He is who he is. I'd rather take a chance with one of the guys who might have a higher upside than just have that very low floor that he's got.
Yeah, so those were the impressions. Just shocked to see 5 linebackers, and we're definitely looking, post-camp cuts at, a run-stuffing one tech and maybe someone to give us a little depth in that wide receiver room. I appreciate your time, guys.
Kyle, excellent call. I don't think that they need to keep Gibson on this team. If they do, it kind of speaks volumes that they just don't have anyone else to really truly beat him out and separated. Like if Corley can't beat out Xavier Gibson, that's on Corley because there's no loyalty to Xavier Gibson either. So the fact that he'd make the team and Corley couldn't, Nick, like that kind of speaks volumes, no?
Yeah, it's not a good situation to be in for the Jets. Like the guys that we are considering for making this roster have done nothing in the NFL.
No.
And we're like, should these guys be on the team? Like we're trying to convince ourselves guys with 0 resume deserve to be here. That tells you how weak this wide receiver room is.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey now. Frank P. taking matters into his own hands. He wrote in that he wants this 10 membership bounty to go towards sending 6 rings to the hall. So by the power invested in me, it shall be done.
Now look what you've done, 6 rings. You fake patch fraud. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to cut you off and cast you out with the sodomites. Some time in here will make you feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
It needed to be done, folks. Frank P. He made it happen. He joins the raffle for 10 more entries as well. We're giving away this at the end of the show for those tuning in. Signed Sack Exchange photo by Klecko and Marty Lyon. 6 rings. We will see you later. Nick, did you see like some of the buzz online about this new American Eagle ad involving Sydney Sweeney?
Yes, I'm going to give you a take on Sydney Sweeney.
Well, let me tell you.
You're up.
I don't need your take on Sydney Sweeney. I need your take on this because this is apparently part 2 of the ad. Beastbreaker is now modeling for a blue jeans company. Apparently, American Eagle also signed Beast.
Yeah, that's gonna sell some denim. That's nice.
I think Beast looks good here. I'm surprised that he agreed to do this, though. It doesn't strike me as the most manliest thing that I've seen.
Yeah, that's that belly is maybe a little smaller than it should be in real life.
Let's check in with the man himself. Beast, congratulations on being a model. How long has this been in the works?
Are you smoking a cigarette? Seriously? Do you think I look like I'm going to do crud like that? I'm an American badass. Let's look at it. Leather jackets, spiked jackets. Who do you think wears these? I do. This, I don't think so.
It's fitting, though, Beast. Beast, it's fitting.
So,
you look like you're in Shawshank Redemption.
Yo, Chico, back it up, back it up, back it up. I don't play that way, homeboy. I play hardball. I'm the Undertaker. Just remember, I get souls and I send souls packing.
Hey, Beast, repeat after me. I'm Beastbreaker, and I have great genes.
I'm the Undertaker, and I'm the American badass. Bigger, better, brighter, faster, and smarter, sexier, and have the education of a man. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Good stuff, Beast. Appreciate it. Congratulations on the
I love Gator.
the advertisement.
Love.
Unreal. Gator just sent me that. I'm like, yep,
Sure.
that will play.
You know what I need? I need a "What did I do today" list from Gator to send to us in our chat group. Like, what did you do today? Was supposed to work. Created this, and this. Was gonna have lunch. Did this, and this.
Ladies and gentlemen, third man with a super chat. We'll get back to your calls coming up here. Maybe the Jets drafted Corley last year because they knew Rodgers needed a guy to dump passes off to and break tackles. Totally different offense now. Rodgers apparently influenced that pick. That being said, I'm not giving Joe Douglas a pass just because of that, because Joe Douglas also drafted Elijah Moore and Denzel Mims, and he did not do a good job of drafting skill position players. I mean, he hit on Garrett Wilson. He hit on Breece Hall, but these guys were really, really good in college, especially Garrett as the 10th pick. You don't get a ton of credit for that. That's the expectations. It's the other stuff that did Joe in. That was a huge problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chris says, love those new denim life preservers. We talking about Beast's life preservers or Sydney Sweeney's? Good question. Nick Shine, interestingly enough, is silent on this.
I got shut down before when I was trying to give my Sydney Sweeney take. I didn't know if I should comment on this.
Well, I didn't know how. I didn't know what the take
pictures
was.
of her without makeup on a boat one day, and I was like, no, no thanks. A lot goes into work to make her look like that. A lot.
I think she's wonderful.
Yeah.
What we got here? More calls. Jason in Jerusalem is up next. Jason, what do you got for us?
Hey guys, first of all, Beast has my vote after throwing out the 6 rings, the first ever call with that 50 spot. Beast, still throwing you some honor there. You deserve Rookie of the Year just for that.
Amen.
Yeah, and I love rewatching that members only Asmaniac video from it.
It's a great moment. It really is.
Yeah, the Gorman for me was the shaving. That was the one that I watched live. Though I got to go back and see if I could watch some of the other ones. Sounds like I missed some classic ones. What I love about this, I mean, it's great to hear that the coaching staff's doing a great job, but more importantly for me is that the players are buying into it. To see the head guys, Garrett and Sauce, that they love that practice is a competition and they love the higher intensity. Good that we also have some players who are leaders on this team. It's not just the coaching staff that is leading. As far as Gibson versus Corley, they drafted Corley because they didn't think much of Gibson. Gibson and Corley are more or less the same player in terms of their packaging. And I don't see Corley stepping up in terms of the way that the practices are running. you talk about somebody who's immature and things like that. How is he going to step up and really not just give an Allen Iverson practice rant and recognize that you need to step it up and view it as a competition and view it no different than a game? Glenn's practices are going to separate the men's from the boys, and you're going to see guys who are cut who have talent who just aren't buying into his methods. And I wouldn't be surprised if Lazard is one of them.
Look, Lazard took a pay cut too, and that obviously is why he's still here. So that matters. And they want to run the ball, and he's a good blocker. I think if you just connect the dots, that's why he's getting more time than a guy like Corley, who's not even 6 foot.
I'm not denying that, but I could also see Lazard as somebody who the coaching staff, and this is purely speculation, viewing it as somebody's like, he's not fully into it, into the way that he's playing. He's going half at the practice and not the high intensity that we want. He's a guy that we saw turn it off.
Yet, right? Maybe he's not mentally there yet because he missed a lot of time in the spring when they were installing all these plays.
We saw him play differently when it was Rodgers and not Rodgers. So why wouldn't I? What leads me to believe that he's actually going to go 110% in the practices? Now, that's just purely speculation, but we've seen what he's done in games. We've seen how there are 2 different gears with him depending on his mood.
Look, we
that's
don't
not
know
somebody I
enough
want on
about
this team.
Yeah, I get it. I don't personally want Lazard here, but apparently they do. And Corley hasn't done enough to stand out at this point. Also, it's early, right? We haven't had scrimmages yet. We haven't had preseason games. Maybe Corley will play in those games and play well when it actually is full go, and he'll earn a spot that way. But it doesn't feel like he's doing enough right now to justify a roster spot, which is why Samini didn't have him on his initial 53.
Right. The question always is, if he hasn't done it yet, what makes you think is going to happen in the game? But different things have happened. Weirder things have happened. Anyway, all you guys are going out to training camp. Enjoy. I actually went out to training camp in '93. It was '92 or '93. I went out to Hofstra to watch training camp. The star of that training camp was Tony Miola, who was trying to get a spot as the kickoff specialist for Nick Lowry.
Yeah.
It was the only time I went to it.
All the time.
And he signed his autographs by drawing a field goal, by drawing uprights under it. That's how he gave us autographs.
I love that.
But I've never been to an actual football game. I've only been to training camp that one time.
That's crazy. You got to get to an NFL game, man. I know it's hard, obviously.
I mean, we had Mets season tickets at Shea. Big Jets fans. My father went to one Jets game. It was back in the Richard Todd era at Shea Stadium. The Saints won one game all year, and it was against the Jets. And he said, "I'm not going to another game." He goes, "I must be cursed if that's how I'm doing it." So I've never been able to make it, and obviously distance is an issue now. But I would love to, be there. Who knows? Maybe the Thanksgiving weekend against the Falcons. There's a chance, slight chance I'm in then. But other than that, I have no idea when I'm making it to a football game.
One day, Jason. Love that. Hit the like button. Go ahead, Nick.
Little Yankee news. They just acquired Austin Slater from the White Sox in exchange for a pitching prospect.
Platoon guy. They'll play him against lefties. Minor move. Hit the like button if you're one of the 300-plus people, 350-plus people tuned in live right now. Make sure you vote for Rookie of the Year, where right now Beastbreaker has the lead in the polls. So vote for your chance to determine who wins our second to last Azzy. And then today on the show, the top Charles Gorman moment will be voted on. And it could be any of the 4 nominated moments. Kyle Clifton in the raffle for 5. He says 6 rings, calls in the Lakers tonight to talk about the Celtics. His butt is a hamster trap. I hope it is the hottest Canadian summer on record in his AC-less hospital where he works. Read the room and leave. You did something wrong if Kyle Clifton, one of the nicest people, is going after you with hard-earned cash for everyone to see.
I want to be in Gator's office as he starts creating something with the hamster trap.
Unbelievable.
That'd be a fun thing to watch.
Unreal. All right. More calls right now. We mentioned Rookie of the Year voting, and on the line right now is 2 of the nominees for Rookie of the Year. I'm going to go to this guy first because he just called in. which maybe will decrease the likelihood of some technical difficulties, but we know how this could go. It's probably not going to go well, but we'll try anyway.
Hello, I'm Mikey. I'm Bobby's little bro. Have you seen Jake Graves? She's so beautiful. I love my boy Jake, but not in a gay way. I am so happy. I'm not going to touch anything, I promise.
Mikey!
Hey, guy, you hear me?
Mikey!
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
Mikey, the homeboy.
Yeah, I
Mikey,
love you,
Mikey.
Nick. And Jake, I'm glad you're on my show. Yeah, on your show, guys. I hope we get together soon, October. In October. It's your birthday next time, October, Bobby said.
It is.
Yeah, maybe Chris Finnegan's gonna pick us up in the airport here. Train station, I meant, not airport.
I heard.
I
And
love
Nick
you
Shine's going to pick
guys.
up Big Cho. It's going to be a great time.
Oh, Big Joe, that guy from Chicago, right? That guy from Chicago.
South Carolina.
Same
Oh,
thing.
South
Yeah, close
Carolina. I
enough.
thought he was for Chicago
Look at the
because
map
he
once
said
in a while, Asman,
Chicago.
for crying out loud.
Mikey, how many games are the
Yeah,
Jets
I
winning
love
this year?
you too. I'll Nick Shine too. Hey,
Who's
Nick
the hockey
Shine,
player
tell your
on the
son
wall
I
behind
love
you?
him so much. Not in the gay way. Don't say gay
Never.
way, but
Never.
Never.
and I love Jake Aslan's brother, not in the gay way, and his dad and everybody, and Nick Shine's whole family.
Now, you
Here's
did tell
my
me one time in a
prediction.
voicemail, Mikey. You told me one time in a voicemail you love me so much that you could kiss me. Is that in a gay way?
No, that's not a gay way. That's like a brotherhood. A brotherhood.
Okay.
kiss.
All right. Thank you for clarifying.
A brotherhood.
And then I just want to tell you guys, the Jets gonna be 14-3.
All right.
I like it.
Hey, Mikey, give us a Jet chant. Somehow we lost his volume in the middle of the call. That's amazing. Mikey, you're the man. Excellent job. He was one of the greats. Unbelievable.
He's Mikey.
He is.
Who's the hockey player behind him on the wall?
I couldn't
there
tell.
Was like a painted thing of a hockey player.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. All right. Well, we heard from Mikey. That's great. We've heard from Beast. How about our third nominee for Rookie of the Year? He is on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello right now to the great David T.
I got my energy. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit. Hey, Nick and Jake.
David T. David T.
I was just going to say good omen for Mikey because he got on right away without technical difficulties, but couldn't get the Jets chant in, but he can do that some other time. And the Beast ad, I happen to love it. It's not unlike years ago when our all-time hero Joe Namath did the pantyhose commercial. And anyway, thank you for the compliment, Nick. About I people tell me I've been a pretty nice guy all my life, but I'm in retirement now, and I'm living a good life. I had some health issues a couple years ago, and they got me straightened out. And as a matter of fact, last night when I come home from work, Jake, I was listening to your show, and Papa Jet got on talking about his prostate cancer, and only because he cares about the Asmaniacs and people, and just trying to a little bit of caring there. I dealt with that, and so anyway, at this point in my life, it's not hard. It's not hard to be nice. Believe me. I mean, gratitude of everything.
David.
Yeah, David, you're
the man.
You're tremendous, man. Enjoy retirement, man. That's God bless.
I am, and one of the things on my birthday, I'm going over to the Tampa game, and I'm going to the Meetup and the tailgate, and I'm doing it up, and fortunately, it's one of those things I can do in my retirement.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'll be down there for that.
Thank you, sir.
David, good luck in the Azzies. Just being nominated means you're one of the greats. Well done.
Oh yeah, I'm privileged. I don't know what to say. I'm really appreciative.
I'll tell you what to say. Here's what you say.
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me, full screen. It's fireball, whiskey time. David motherfucking T.
Yeah. David T, one of the greats. All right, we got some heavy hitters on the line, so we got to make sure that we get to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, next up on the Gustbuster Umbrella Hotline is...
It's time for another V-Man call. Hopefully he not sleeping. Adios mio.
Hey, what's up, Jake? How you doing?
Hey, V-Man.
How's it going?
What's up, buddy?
And to see that six, like, is that? I haven't seen that. Like, is that a new troll in the chat?
Six Rings is a regular troll now, V-Man. When in your absence, he's emerged the last couple months.
Well, I gotta say this: like, nobody looks at the Steelers and like, oh, is worried about them anymore.
Hey, can you move a little over to your right and cover the sun there? That's blasting at us. I'm not trying to get sunburned. Thank you.
Okay, I got to put banana.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, but like I was saying, nobody's scared of the Steelers. Like, let's be honest, it's like we're not talking about like the 2010 Steelers here. This is a hollowed out husk of its former self. It's like nobody's scared. I mean, can they beat us? Probably. But like, is this a team that you're wetting yourself thinking about playing? No. It's not like you're playing, the Eagles or Kansas City or like, a team that's, at the top of the league. They're a middle of the pack.
What teams would you wet yourself over playing?
I'm not wetting myself over playing any team,
Oh, okay.
But it's an expression, you know what I mean?
I know. I'm teasing.
But like, it's like just being a troll, like, this is ridiculous. And on all the comments with the players that talking about, it's like, I understand. It's like, it is. I'm not surprised that they're talking about it because, yeah, I think you're right about the last few years have shown that the Saleh's approach to coaching this team was very not good. It was not good in their experience. And like I said, a lot of these guys who come from these top-notch programs can tell the difference between like quality coaching and poor coaching.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Now let me ask you this: what are you doing today? What's on the agenda?
Just some chores around the house. Nothing too big.
Are you going to be flying around as Captain Puerto Rico again?
No. I told you I put that flag on a pole.
Right. So are you going to grab the flag and run around with it?
No, I was going to do that for the parade, for the Puerto Rican Day parade, but I carried another flag instead.
I see. Also, Ralphie with a great take here. How can I listen to a coaching take by a guy who constantly trashes Mike Tomlin?
I mean, it doesn't matter what Mike Tomlin does. I mean, it's not like it's a team that is. I'm just saying it's not a team that's bereft of talent. The Steelers are a team that they're very. I mean, you saw how bad they played against the Ravens. The most expensive defense in football, and they couldn't tackle anybody to save their lives.
Now, V-Man, who did you vote for Rookie of the Year?
Let me see. I'm trying to remember right now off the top of my head. I try to remember. I think it was. Who were the options again? Because just give me a list of the options because I can't see it up. I think it was Kyle. I think it was Kyle.
No, for Rookie of the Year.
I know, Jake. Come on.
V-Man.
Yeah, I honestly think I just took a quick glance and just pushed something. I don't remember what I was.
I think you're high right now.
No.
You would pass a drug test right now?
Absolutely.
What about on this night?
V-Man is here. How we feeling?
High as a kite.
I'm not pass. No, I'm not passing a drug test. Definitely not there.
Are you
Not
joining
there.
us on August 16th at T Squared Social for another round of watch party greatness?
I'll see. I should be able to make it. I gotta see what I'm doing that day. You know,
Jets
as long
Giants
as
Saturday night. V-Man in the house. I mean, come on.
all right, I'll see if I can take the. All right, Saturday night. Then I'll have to. I'll see if I can. And then I'll. Actually, no, it's Saturday night. Then I should be able to go in, but I'd have to, keep everything to a minimum. If it's Saturday night.
You mean not get pissed drunk?
Yeah, because then I could just if it's Saturday night, then I could just leave my stuff at work and then just walk from T Square to work with no problem.
So you're working the overnight shift Saturday night into Sunday?
That's what I normally do. So if it's that, then I shouldn't have a problem doing it.
All right. Well, it sounds like you're going to be coming then, V-Man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I should be able to make it with no problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, V-Man making it clear he will be at our watch party on August 16th. Buy your tickets and hang with V-Man.
That's the end of that V-Man call. Now he can go back to sleeping.
Incredible. Hey, Nick, are you ready for the last Rookie of the Year nominee to make their debut on this show?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Barbarossa is the last Azzy-nominated rookie, and he joins us now. What's up, Barbarossa?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I just wanted to call in and just say a couple of things. One, congrats to Beast. It is pretty obvious he was going to win. He definitely is he's the most fun to watch. But also congrats to David and Mikey. They're also great guys and bring a lot to the community. So I'm happy to lose to those three guys. It's fine with me. Especially that's hot right there. So no doubt.
That was actually an accident. No one will believe me, but I was trying to put up the Azzy ad, but StreamYard's doing that glitch thing. There it is.
Look at that. But yeah, good.
Barbarossa,
Good.
do you have any denim? Would you maybe make a late push in the poll if you want to pose in a denim outfit?
Oh God. You know what? I don't think that's gonna help. Maybe we'll save that for some other time. We'll break that out. We'll break that out at some other point. I just wanted to say I'm really glad that we signed Nick Folk. I really liked him. I don't know if it's just nostalgia, but I just generally liked him. He was a good kicker on our team. He was good last year. And obviously having someone with experience and success at that position is really going to help the team, especially when you consider Zerline losing us games last year. And just the wide receiver situation, it's bumming me out, but I feel confident that regardless of who we have, Angstran's he's gonna get the most out of him. I think regardless of who we have, he'll be able to do that. And if we can just run the ball, I know you need a passing offense to make running the ball seem scary, but we're going to be running the ball first. So I really think the running the ball is going to open up our wide receiver 2 and 3 and things like that. So I don't think we really got to worry about Garrett Wilson being the only guy that they're going to have to key in on, because we got Breece Hall and Braylon Allen, and I think we'll be all right on offense. But the running game, I think, is going to open everything else up, and I think that's going to be our identity. I really do. It's going to be ground and pound, and it's going to be something that we're going to like to watch. I think if we're doing it well. If we're not, it's going to be some of the worst games imaginable. But that's all I had to say.
Nowhere in the middle.
Yeah,
Lot of fun or worst game ever.
No. It's either going to be.
You
really
realize
great
how many worst games ever we've had? That's a
yeah,
really
almost all of them are the worst games ever. But, well, it's like Gorman. They keep just outdoing themselves every year. It's the worst game ever so far. So, it was, what's it called? Gorman's whatever call was his best call so far. But a year from now, we're going to be like, would that even make Gorman's top 5 now? So that's what it's kind of been like with the Jets outdoing themselves, sucking. But I really feel like the way the players are talking, it really feels like we're turning a corner culturally, and that's the foundation of any good team. You have to have a good culture and a good coach. So hopefully that's where we're at. And it seems like the players have recognized that. Sucks for Saleh, but that's just how it is. He clearly wasn't as good of a coach as this. He clearly just wasn't very good. And it seems like the players are responding more to Glenn, and we'll see on Sunday, September 7th, exactly how that goes down.
Well done, Barbarossa. Congrats on being nominated. Well deserved. And an excellent, excellent, excellent call right there. Before we get to the home stretch, reminder, raffle, end of the show. Still time to enter if you gift the membership or send in a $10 super chat or higher. Signed photo by Klecko and Marty Lyons. 16 by 20. The thing is huge. will look good in the man cave where you watch Jets football right here. I'll mail it today if you win. So gift the membership for your chance to win that. Super chat I want to get to, and then we'll get back to the calls. Mike Perez checks in. He's in the raffle for 2. Thought with time and patience we could have brought 6 rings into the fold, but the guy's a troll. Poopgate was legendary, Jake. Love it. Look, Poopgate with Gorman was, in fact, an iconic Charles Gorman moment, so I understand why people would certainly vote for that. I mean, here's a man, 30 years old, calling in to a YouTube show while taking a poop. I mean, that's self-explanatory.
Charles, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm just working my hands right now.
Okay, that's fine.
Now, what's interesting is the explanation from this incident. Here's Charles once again trying to explain it.
What were you actually doing? Tell us.
Going to the bathroom.
Right.
And for people to ask whether or not I wash my hands and wipe my butt, are people stupid?
Well,
you guys actually laughing about this shit tells me questions your guys' character.
I am pissed off. Trust me.
You were drying your hands, weren't you, Charles?
I was washing my hands and drying my hands. Right.
Thank you. All right, Charles. Yeah. Okay, go suck it.
I was washing my hands. Hello, everybody. I see we still can't get past the poop gate, but...
Hey, Charles! You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. Hey, Charles! I'm not saying that Lowski takes steroids. Give me some of it. Hey, Charles! Who is that lovely lady? Send it this way, Charles!
Am I on?
Oh, you're on, baby.
Oh, shit. I thought that was a video. What's up, Chuck?
How you guys doing? I'm sure Nick told you, Jake, my phone interview with Wegmans went extremely well. I should hear
He
from
did
them.
not. That's great news.
Damn it, Nick! You asked me via text if you could
Well,
talk
the
about it.
conversation didn't come up. Lower your goddamn voice. Who you think you're talking to?
Yeah, that's your coach.
Well, excuse me, but you did ask me.
And
via
it didn't come up yet because we had calls. And now we were getting to the discussion with you. You also said, no, I'm not calling in. So I was going to bring it up
right now. I was in the middle of something.
What were you doing?
I was watching. I was on Instagram.
Very important.
Oh, boy. Well,
J-O-B, job.
That's good about Wegmans, though, Charles. Tell us about it. What did they ask you?
What days am I available? When in part of the day am I able to work? Am I here for part-time or full-time? Is the pay good? You know, it's like $16.50 an hour.
Okay.
I think, which is very good. Why do you want to work at Wegmans? Does any of your family members or friends work at Wegmans? I said no. I said none of my family has ever worked at Wegmans. None of my friends right now work at Wegmans. I told them I've been a customer since I was a kid. I've been a fan of you guys since I was a kid. I've always wanted to work at cashier, not just at Wegmans, but throughout various stores in general. That was a job or position I've had interest in working at since for years. And I like interacting with people, you know, and I said, you know, I want to give people an impression that I'm very sociable, that I'm very, you know, outgoing, and that when I engage with people, I treat them like they're friends or family. I want to give them a very positive first impression when they're at Wegmans. I want to leave them with a smile on their face.
Okay.
when did you tell them you were available to work?
I said, well, they gotta let me. Well, they're gonna give me they're gonna reach out to me within a few days. I said, as soon as you can, as soon as I can.
Absolutely. Great. Good answer there. Now, if you don't hear
Tell them
anything,
you're not available on any Friday that a popular movie is being released.
Not very funny. I told them I'm available to work every day, from Sunday to Saturday. And I see what you did there. And you're trying to break my balls.
I do
that. J-O-B, job.
Let's go, Charles. Fire us
Good
up,
luck, man. I hope
Hell
you
yeah.
get it.
Well, keep us posted, Charles. All right.
Also, if you want to know who I voted for Rookie of the Year, I voted for Barbarossa.
Great
no
take.
disrespect. no disrespect to Mikey Midnight, David T, and Beastbreaker, but if you guys, for those of you who don't know or forgot, I met Barbarossa at the draft party earlier this year, and he was very nice. I think he was with his wife at the time, if my memory serves me correctly. He was a very nice guy. Seems like a cool ass dude.
Why do you assume it's his wife and not his side piece?
Yeah.
He told me it was his wife. She was
Okay,
his
well,
wife.
well, you didn't say that. You said I presume it was his wife, but now you just said that he told you it was his wife. So
Charles,
that's why.
what are you doing, man? You trying to be Coldplay? Calm down, man. You
Yeah.
don't talk about these things publicly.
Sorry, Barbarossa. Didn't mean to put you on the spot. Also,
How about the top Charles Gorman moment, Charles? What would you vote for the Azzy Award here? This is I saved the best award for last. It's this afternoon.
Catfishing, excuse my language. Shaving, no. Poopgate, no. But you guys may vote for that. I'm going to say the couple at the diner.
That was a great one.
It was, but it was also kind of an interesting one, to say the least, because I was minding my own business, and you were like insinuating I talked to this couple behind me. I'm like, I don't know these people. I don't want to bother them.
But you did it. I
did it. Yes, mostly out of the goodness out of my own and curiosity out of my own heart. See the reaction more so than you telling me to. And it surprisingly turned out well.
Are you upset if Catfish ends up winning?
Well, I'm just saying this nicely and simple to the point. I wouldn't be surprised because of how interesting and this community can be from time to time, especially when it comes to the content and quality of their character from time to time.
Are you questioning the content and quality and character of my listeners, Charles?
Sometimes, yes.
Can I question the content of your character for being duped by a man pretending to be a woman in a third world country?
You could say it like that. But what I mean in regards to your viewership is their inconsistent levels of respect and decency towards me.
You don't think this community respects you, Charles? They raised $800 for you in less than 24 hours.
Charles, are you just picking the diner because you got a free fucking meal out of it?
No.
That why it's your favorite moment? Free food?
No.
If
This community that's
asked you when
trying to
want-
help you
Look,
get a
would you
job,
pick
by the way, this community that is supporting your shows as well on YouTube.
There's a lot of people working in this community that shit on me.
I think they're just joking around with you and you take it seriously.
Well, there are times where I want to be serious and people don't respect that.
Well, to be fair to this community, Charles, you were talking about, how you get annoyed that, people think that you don't want to get a job. And then you followed that up with, I just took a great nap.
When you gotta take a nap, you gotta take a nap, man. People think I don't want to work, which is not true. I just had a bit of a nap not too long ago, too, so that didn't help.
Love it, dude.
You're talking about how people don't.
You can't say that people think you don't want a job and then say that you came off a real good nap. It's a hard two sentences to put together, Charles. It is. You got Jake off the camera.
How do you not see the irony of that, Charles? I mean, come on, Charles. Come on. This community
Sure.
loves you.
Check your email.
I'm not saying they don't, but I know you bring in. I'm not gonna go that far. I'll keep that between myself and you for private reasons.
Can we revisit all of the craziness and madness that happens on Bobby's show? But Bobby was perfect with asking the questions at the right time. Bobby was a good interviewer there. It led to some fantastic information. So shout out to Bobby asking the hot take.
Now, Charles, what would an Azzy win mean to you?
Is it gonna land me a job?
It could. Wegmans loves to hire Azzy winners. Kyle Clifton got a job there last week.
Is it Azzy? Pardon me if I sound a little crazy. Is that Azzy gonna help pay my bills?
It could.
catfishing, we helped pay your bills. We made you whole.
That's what she said.
Now, Charles, do you think it's a contradiction to ask for respect and then fart in another man's face?
He picked up my legs. My ass just happened to be in his face.
Charles, what is all these porn sites open on your computer?
I got cereal.
Charles, I'm good. I don't need anything, man. You have all sugar products. I'm fine. Did you use the condoms yet?
I did not use any condoms.
Do you want to use them, Charles?
I'm not going to use them right now.
Charles, try one on while Nick's there.
I'm not putting one on.
Hell yeah. A condom crown. Hell yeah.
Don't touch it. It's perfect. You don't,
line it properly.
You don't know what to do with these. You've never used them before.
Oh, Rick Kent's here. Where is he?
Daddy's,
my
God. I tried to put it on to do a puppet and it broke. So you want to do a workout?
Right now? Actually, I'm actually down for that, actually, yeah. With the condoms on my head?
On your other head, Charles.
Oh, get out of here, Addison.
My ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling. Oh, face the camera. Hold on.
Oh, shit!
Go. Do it.
1,
What the fuck?
4.
If you drop. Oh, Addy, he just farted in my face, dude.
Hell yeah.
At least your mouth wasn't open. You don't fart when someone's mouth is open. That's disgusting.
Should I leave?
I am. He farted in my face. Good night, bro.
Oh, come on, Nick.
Good night, everyone.
I have a lot of guests tonight.
How quickly does pink eye set in? Tom Ace will know.
Is it because I farted?
Yeah, man, that wasn't nice. I'm sitting there trying to help you work out. I give you a crown of condoms and you rip ass in my face, dude. And you had to ruin a friendship because you can't fucking hold your ass together.
I didn't want to.
That's because you eat like a 4-year-old with a debit card when you go shopping. All right.
I'm sorry, Nick. I really am. I'm sorry, but I know it was wrong, but it's still freaking hilarious.
See, a joke can be funny, Charles. Maybe you could take one.
I can, but it depends on when it's done and how it's done, and I can tell the difference between a good joke and a shitty joke.
Well, we know you know a thing or two about farting.
And we know you know about shitty jokes because you made a few when you called into Bobby's show.
Show me. I don't remember.
You were taking a shit. That was
Charles, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm just working my hands right now.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, you wiped your derriere on another man's show. AD writes in, Charles talked to Rebecca. She wants that salami. And the Bat Fella checks in. Flatulator, stay on the path of righteousness. If you fall off the path, I'll be there. I smell criminality everywhere.
Jake, you gotta do the voice.
Flatulator. Flatulator.
Flatulator.
Flatulator, stay on the path of righteousness. You fall off the path, I will be there. I smell criminality everywhere. That's my twin, the Bat Fella.
I love the fact, and I mean this sarcastically, that people try to mimic the Christian Bale Batman voice.
I'm Batman. Give us a Batman voice, Charles, before I let you go.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am.
That's just you and your normal voice.
That's a quote. That's not. Do a voice. Do the character.
I'm not doing no damn Christian Bale. I'd rather do Kevin Conroy.
All right. How would you want to do him?
I am the night.
Just give me a Christian Bale. Where's Rachel?
Fine. Even though I think his voice is a bit overrated, but what else is new? Tell me where Kent is. Tell me where Rachel is.
Where's
I
Rachel?
was born in the darkness.
Good night, everybody.
That's
Good
it?
night, Charles.
We're done?
It's nap time.
What? He left.
12:27. Good night, Charles.
Wow.
Nap time.
I guess, yeah, he's worked too hard today, ladies and gentlemen. There he goes. Charles Gorman off into the sunset. I couldn't even play him out properly. I had a drop ready to roll. Terrible. Terrible. Charles, how dare you?
Excuse me.
That was a recent one.
He's Charles.
Man, he really is. All right, last chance here. Final thoughts. Last chance to get in the Asmaniac raffle for the Sack Exchange photo. But first, let's end the voting for the Azzy Awards because it is a runaway. The Rookie of the Year Azzy Award. It goes to the Beast, ladies and gentlemen. a round of applause for your Rookie of the Year. Beastbreaker 666. You did it, Beast.
Now, that's number 33 added to that singles roster. Now you can say it. 6-time singles championships are coming my way. Now, Hall of Fame, get ready because there's going to be another Hall of Fame right next to this bad boy right there.
Is that syrup on your shirt? You never answered me.
That's oil slick, sonny. Oil slick.
How did you
Remember,
get oil?
Always remember these words. Castrol GTX. Drive hard. I feel good. Feel great. And today, I might put on some chicken.
How about some denim?
No, I don't think so.
No?
You want real denim? You want real denim? Here's the real stuff right here, boys.
That leather?
A man's leather.
Oh, let's see
That's
this.
denim? You want real denim, and he shows us leather.
Hey,
Put it on, Beast.
Hey, I'm the only guy who could.
How hot is it in that attic right now?
You mean the story? You mean the global studio headquarters?
Yes, of
I
course.
got 3 fans. I got 2 fans pumping and AC going, and I'm the sexiest man alive with this.
Hey, give us a big sexy dance with that thing on.
Hey, in the words of Rick Rude, stand up and pay homage to the next heavyweight champion. Hit my music. Read 'em.
That's your Rookie of the Year right there.
I said the other day in the chat, he's basically just a schizophrenic MP3 player. He just plays recordings that he's heard throughout time.
Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time for a raffle. But first, some words from today's sponsor, the hat I'm wearing, Circa Sports.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million. Pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
We're going to be out there in a few short weeks broadcasting the show. So if you want to join the contest during contest weekend at Circa, August 21st through the 23rd, we will see you in Vegas. With that said, it is time to spin the wheel of champions.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Oh, baby, here we go. One Asmaniac will win the signed New York Sack Exchange photo signed by Joe Klecko and Marty Lyons. Music, please. Here we go. If you win, reach out to me. Email me, AsmanJake@gmail.com, your address so I know where to send it. Good luck to everyone. And, of course, thank you for your continued support of the raffles. And we'll keep doing them as long as we have the support from the community, which has been awesome. Good luck to everyone. And the winner is... we find out now. The wheel is spinning. One name will be selected, and that name is KND. Congratulations to KND. He's the winner. He's going home with glory. If you didn't win, though, folks, you're automatically entered to win our weekly prizes, which right now feature a Joe Namath jersey, a Nick Mangold jersey, and a DeBrickashaw Ferguson football. All these items, of course, signed by the 3 Jet legends I just mentioned. Nick, before we get out of here, tell people about the Nick Shine Show. Make sure you plug it. And, of course, for those who are coming with us to the Jets-Panthers game, coming up pretty soon, we'll have some info on the tailgate for that before the game. And we do still have some tickets left. About 5 tickets remain for anyone who wants to go to Jets-Panthers with Nick and I on October 19th. 1 o'clock kick, October 19th, once again. Section 129 on the field. But, Nick, the floor is yours. Tell us about the Nick Shine Show.
Yeah, I work 2:30 to 11. So I come in, I do late night shows most nights during the week now, 11:20. And catch me tomorrow and Friday, 9 a.m. before Jake. I do a training camp show. So a lot of news coming in with the early practice times being at 8:30, and trying to make that push to get to 1,600 subs before the season. So any help from you guys would be greatly appreciated, and give it a shot. Hope you have fun. Thank you. Good night.
Love it. Love it.
Thanks, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's Nick Shine. All right. That's a great show. You guys are the best. Thank you to everyone for your support. Before we get out of here, let me leave you with a clip to get you ready for this afternoon's grand finale to the ASI Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you right now the moment of all moments when Charles Gorman was catfished live on the air. Will this moment win? We'll find out this afternoon. Go Jets, everybody. Dylan Terraman at 4:30 Eastern for our next show.
Okay, Jake, this is some real serious shit right now. I'm helping someone out. Do you have Cash App? I'm serious, Jake. I swear to God. I'm not bullshitting you.
Yeah, what do you need the money for, Charles?
She's real. I heard her voice. I swear to God.
What does she need help with?
It's complicated right now. Please, Jake. I really am in deep, dire straits right now.
Why not ask?
A deposit of $1,000, but something turned out with her financial department. She uses Bitcoin wallet.
Of course she does.
I was supposed to help her out with some payments.
Why would you help her out? You don't have a job. Bad fellow, what do you think of this situation?
I smell criminality everywhere. I smell it. I need the bat spray.
I'm being serious here.
I'm being serious. Charles, if she's asking you for Bitcoin, that's a scam, bro. Now back to Batman. Charles, you cannot be duped. Do not fall for this.
I met her on Discord.
Have you seen what she looks like?
Well, she's busy right now. She was busy at the time.
Of course. You've never seen her because you're being scanned. If I'm supposed to believe this is real, she needs it for what?
The financial department.
The financial department of what?
Don't you fall for that scam.
Well, I just lost all my freaking money because of this bitch.
Well, how much did you pay this person?
Too damn much. I heard her voice. It was a woman.
Have you watched the show and seen what Gator has done with people's voices?
It wasn't Gator. It was an actual female voice.
Oh my God. Of course it's not Gator scamming you. $70? Is that why you requested that from me? More than that?
Yes.
How much?
I literally help people that have been victimized from this weekly. This is called a romance scam. What did you use? Did you use like Venmo?
Cash App, Bitcoin address.
Bitcoin?
Yeah.
No, you're not getting your money back, dude. I can't help you. You're lucky it's not all your money.
How much money is it?
Over 100.
How much? Give me an exact number and we will probably get it done right now. If you swear to everyone watching the show, you will not be scammed by anyone that is fake trying to get your money again. Block this person immediately. Do not give them any more money. You understand?
Yes. I was an idiot, Jake. My parents warned me about this shit and I failed.
You cannot talk to strangers on the internet, Charles. You understand?
Yes.
Tell me how much money you sent to this fake person immediately. How much total money is this roughly here? Because I can't do the math as I'm on the air right now. This is over $1,000, Charles. Is that why you asked for 1,000 at the beginning? That's so nice of you, big fella. I'll make sure we get this to Charles.
Look, Charles is a special person. And for someone to take advantage of him, I wish I was the real Batman because I go and destroy them.
I posted Charles' Venmo in the chat. Send it to him directly. I mean, it's just brutal. Charles, you got scammed, man. Hopefully you learn from this. That's all you could do.